Hi, my name's Arthur. I'm a member of the Bear Bull Traders community, and this is my first recap of a live trade. So I actually trade with my wife, Jessica, and in the chat room, our name is EagleBear. She's Eagle and I'm Bear. Jessica is a lot more active on the chat than I am. She's also done a couple of recaps, but this is my first one. Figured I would jump in, given how much that I've gotten from other people's recaps, and want to document it for myself and hopefully have it be a contribution to other relatively new traders out there like us. So we joined in January and we went live mid-May, and we have been surviving the summer. It's been a really great experience. We're learning a lot just trading together, and those are some experiences that we can pass on to others who want to do something like that. But for now, I'm going to focus on the trades that I did today. For the most part, I have been trading opening range breakouts, but this week I am practicing ascending and descending triangles, and that was actually inspired by some of the recaps by members like Thor and Kyle, and then obviously just enjoyed the recaps and gotten a lot from other members like William and Norm and of course Andrew. So shout out to all of you for those, and thanks. So I'm going to start with the first trade, which was DXC. Actually had a challenge to not trade within the first 15 minutes today. Didn't quite make that. Went in at 9:42 on what looked like a reverse ABCD, but also part of this descending triangle. So got a good entry at a pullback, and I've been trying to give my stops more room. So that was at VWAP, and it went in the right direction. And then I did what I actually haven't done before. I got distracted by another trade. I think Andrew was getting very excited about AMRN, and so I started paying attention to that and missed where I should have at least partialed first, if not, gone all out. Got out ahead, but definitely a missed opportunity and a lesson learned. You'll notice another trade on here, which I did not do. I came back later to this after a few other trades and came into this other trade here, which was a loser because I thought this was an ascending triangle going up, along the 9. What I missed was that first it was the top of that trend. And in the bigger picture, it was part of this descending trend with this pivot point as a lower high than this one. So in hindsight, just bad entry. Shouldn't have done it, shouldn't have taken it. But a lesson learned there. So next, I'm going to go through my trade that I did with MU. And with this one, let's see, entered here around 10:05, again seeing what looks like a descending triangle that had pulled back to the 20. So I entered on low volume and got rewarded with what now in hindsight was Williams' harmonious chart situation, but not at the open, which is kind of how I've always identified it and look for. So I got this big drop. I was able to partial there, and then probably stayed a little too long because there was a pretty big bounce back, and so I was able to I think I got all out at the 9 there for a decent trade. But yeah, that was a pretty strong definitely pull reversal there. So I left that, and then when I came back later, noticed what looked like this was a descending triangle going down. So I jumped, and there were two things that I missed. One was that this was potentially going to be a double bottom, which it was, and then I entered on high volume going down, which is one of my guidelines to not do that. Like always enter on the low volume, during what looks like a pullback. So that was a mistake, and one that I have in my notes, but I missed. So now hopefully this one is scorched into my memory. And then the final two trades with Uber. And with this one, again, noticed what looked like a descending triangle. Got in maybe a little earlier than, in hindsight, and had to be really patient. But I had a decent room on my stop, so I was able to survive that. And got rewarded when it finally did drop. And I did catch my partial right at that. I was being a little greedy, thinking it might get past that, until I noticed that it wasn't just the 200 on the one. We also had the 201. We had the 50 on the 5, and then we had the 9 on the 15 combined with this other moving average. So this was like, okay, this is not going past that. I was able to get that partial, and then I got all out because I figured that given all the moving averages that was bouncing off of on these multiple time frames, and what William says about how strong a move can be after that, I went in for a long. And then I wrote that one all the way up, partialed at the several levels of that had been previously marked, including the 215, and then it was really like a question of seeing that now there was this ascending triangle on the 15. Would that be stronger than the 200 on the 15? And so I waited it out, and it was. So I was able to partial at the 200, and then continue to partial all the way till to the end there. So again, just a decent trade, and learn a lot from the experience and kind of going back. So that's it from now. I'll try to keep this short. Again, thank you to all of the members out there who contributed, and I've learned so much from, that we have learned so much from, speaking for Jessica and me. And this will not be my last, and hopefully I'll have more to contribute back. Thanks. Bye.